What is happening, everybody? Welcome to the first ever episode. Oh shit! Stop music, stop. First ever episode of The Nerd Herders with myself and my fantastically gorgeous and beautiful co-host, Cool J Punk.
Guess they've done me right now.
Oh dear God! I gotta. Why do I have double Cool J's talking?
Do you have your? Oh yeah. Do you have it, like your thing muted?
Hold up. Technical difficulties.
Oh dear God.
Oh my God. What is happening? Alright, speak. Talk now.
Hello?
There we go. That's better. Oh boy. That's embarrassing.
It wasn't double on the stream though.
Oh, it wasn't? It was double
No,
my
it was just double
headphones,
for
dude.
you.
Oh man. That was scary.
Oh man.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, boy.
How are you guys doing tonight? Hopefully well. I think Cool J got a special monster drink for the show, and I've got this giant special beer made by Stone Brewery. Cheers to everybody.
Yes.
Alright, so, this is the brainchild of myself and Cool J. After like a 3-hour-long conversation we had on Skype the other day. We were just kind of shooting the shit, talking about stuff, and this is something I've always wanted to do, and I just realized that Cool J was the perfect guy to do it with. Yeah! So we had this great, awesome, amazing conversation about many different things, and it just kind of, at the end of it, I told him I wanted to do this, and here we are, like 2 days later. You can even watch the stream today that I did earlier, putting all the graphics together. So it was that quick, but
Just
glad.
do it.
That's right. Glad everybody's here. Glad Cool J is here. I think an appropriate way to start off the Nerd Herders inaugural stream. Inaugural? I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
Sure, inaugural, that works. Is to just have Cool J introduce himself, since we're on my channel over here. So have Cool J introduce himself, and why don't you tell us about maybe like your video gaming history and what brought you to Twitch?
Alright, well, I'm Cool J Punk, as I know a few of y'all know. Video game history, I started playing video games when I was really young. Atari, I played that thing when I was really young. And just ever since then, I loved it, so I just kept doing it. And Twitch was all about, I had a friend that started streaming on Twitch. We had this whole idea when we were in Afghanistan of starting like YouTube or Twitch or something like that. And on YouTube, I didn't really know about Twitch. And so we were like, oh, we're just gonna get this thing doing. And then he started streaming on Twitch, and I watched him for a while, and we were doing stuff with him. And then my other friend started, and like that was with him, Psycho Cash. And I was like, well, I mean, I should be the last one if anybody. So I just jumped on there, tried it, really enjoyed it. I was in a bad place, but starting to stream made everything feel better, and yeah, I've loved it ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I don't know if I've ever really told anybody about my background, but it's all, I mean, I started playing video games when I was 7, maybe 6, I don't know. Whenever Nintendo came out, I got it, and got it for Christmas. Basically, I got a computer when I was 12 because I loved video games so much. Had a buddy that his dad was like a computer genius. He loved computers, and he kind of got us into it, and I realized there's this whole other genre of gaming on PC, and you know, got into that, and that's kind of how I ended up here. Played shit tons of Xbox, lots of 360, PlayStation 3, all that. Finally, I saw people streaming League of Legends when I was, that's all I used to play for about 6 months was League of Legends. Saw people streaming it on Twitch, and started watching that so I could get hints and tips and tricks, and then realized that there was this whole other world of Twitch streamers, and just fell in love, and shortly after decided to try it out myself, and met all of you amazing, lovely people through Twitch, and I love it, dude. It's amazing.
It is definitely a cool place to be. That
Yeah.
is for sure.
All right, so PC gamers, what? Cam Bam, what?
Who's a PC gamer? See, I feel like you're lucky because I grew up in a family where gaming wasn't really the thing and nobody really did it. I was like the first, and like you get one of those, like when I got my first level 80 on WoW, I was just like, oh my god! It was like during Christmas, and I was on Christmas break from high school, and I was just like so excited. I ran into my parents' room. I was like, I hit 80 and going crazy. And they're just like, oh okay. Like it's just like I feel like you probably had a different experience just because of the fact that your dad probably understood what something like that would mean. Like if you did this or did this, and like my family was just like whatever. Like I mean, I understand they love me and they're awesome, but in the same way, it's like it would have been nice if they would have understood more about why I was so excited about the things I did.
Absolutely.
You know?
Actually, it wasn't my family. My dad didn't know anything about computer games. It was my friend's dad, and he's like a computer programmer still. The dude's brilliant. So my sister played video games with me, but only Nintendo and all that good stuff. But the computer aspect, I had friends that were super into it, so it was awesome being able to share that with all the homies. Yeah, but I hear you, man. It's weird if you're all alone in your hobby and you can't really share your love of it with other people because they don't understand that you just reached this epic, peak to a journey.
Yeah, like it took you months, if
Yeah.
not years, to do something, and then like you're like so excited, but then you just get thrown down, like oh whatever.
Oh yeah,
like,
and
come
especially
on.
people that aren't into video games, they'll just judge you right
Yeah, like, oh,
away.
you play games? I don't play games. Those are weird. Why
Yeah.
would I waste my time? Like, okay.
Exactly. They would look at you like you're an idiot if you told them you spent 100 hours trying to do this one thing and you finally
Yeah, I think I had like
accomplished
18 days worth of time on my account whenever I, 18 days worth, and like everybody's like, why did you waste your life? I'm like, what? Like it's just like if you don't mind me saying, like Soda Poppin', he has this video talking about how he has a lot of truth videos or like drama videos, of things that happen on stream, because like most of his life legitimately has been on stream, because he started when he was like 16 and now he's like 21 and he literally just streams. That's all he does, and that's why he's so big. And it was funny because they were like, oh, you have no life, you're just a piece of garbage, like talking to him like that in this call he was in, and he was just like, yeah, I know, I mean, I'm doing pretty bad, making lots of money playing World of Warcraft. I mean, a game that usually, like, most of the world loves and plays, but they still have to go to work. I get paid to do. I'm in a bad place right now. I have a sad life. Like it's just this, come on. Like, video games are definitely something people need to understand is gonna be, like, especially it already is here, but I believe even more in the future, it's gonna become something that overwhelms everything, and it's gonna be life. Like no matter who you are, you're gonna like what we were talking about, the new glasses for Xbox or whatever with Minecraft, being able to look at a table and say, create world, and then all of a sudden you have this hologram world in front of you. You can manipulate and do all this stuff to. It's amazing. And that on a bigger scale is just gonna be what the future is gonna be, and like just everything, that people need to understand that gaming and video games are the world today and gonna be even more so.
Dude, yeah, I agree. I've seen video games go from just hobby, everybody kind of just plays them casually, all the way to, being a hardcore gamer myself when it's really highly unacceptable in society, to now, I mean, video games are everywhere, man. They're everywhere. They've infiltrated society, and it's tough to find people that, don't play video games, or at least, maybe 1 in every 3 people plays video games now. I don't know what it would be, but...
yeah, it's a multi-billion dollar industry now. The numbers itself are overwhelming, making more money than sports, professional sports, and like all these things that used to be, oh, this is how it is. Now it's video games on top, and like video games being put on ESPN, and all the old timers on ESPN, like, I'm gonna quit if I ever have to broadcast, talk about a video game, blah blah blah. It's like, dude, do you understand that? Video games are overwhelming sports by a majority. Like, they said something like crazy numbers, like 17 million people watched the World Series of Baseball, and like almost 45 million apparently watched the League of Legends World Championships. Like, come on, there's a numbers there.
Yeah, that's bananas. And the thing is, not every sport is worldwide the way video games is worldwide, and the way people can have this in common. I mean, It's just nuts. I would say the only sport that really compares would be soccer, aka
football. Yeah,
football.
Other than that, like they don't have like that. I can be playing a game and meet somebody from, or like streaming. When I stream, I have like I'm staying up late. I have a lot of Europeans come in, and then you have that side, and people like if you're playing basketball, I can't just go outside and play a game of basketball with somebody from Pakistan. Just throwing out a word. But if I'm playing a video game, I could connect instantly to somebody playing in Pakistan, and all of a sudden we become friends. And then all of a sudden now, Pakistan, which depending on your look at it, can be a frowned upon country for America because a lot of the leaders of bad organizations live there. That's all I'm going to say. But in the other side, like there is a good side. Like I'm dating a girl from Pakistan right now, but she's on the I Love America side. So it's like, but then in video games, it's connecting me to that side of the world, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, well, it's awesome. Video games suddenly make you realize that something that would normally be demonized by the American media, there's actually cool, normal people that live there, and they like the same stuff we do, and they do the same stuff we do, and
because they're humans. Yeah, they're human beings,
and there's
just like us.
Yeah, just because there's a few bad apples everywhere doesn't mean that an entire country is a bunch of crazy anti-American, we hate America and any kind of Western society. It's cool, man. Video games.
Yeah, it was just like Afghanistan.
Together. Yeah.
Just like Afghanistan. You go over there and you have the people that are praising you, bowing down to you. Just like you'll drive through like in a Humvee or something like that. Like you're in the back of an open Humvee, so like you're just chilling back there that everybody can see you, you know, just with your weapon or whatever. And you're hearing people like cheering like America, like just going insane. But the next moment, you know, you're getting shot at. It's like holy crap. Like it's not everybody's bad, but there are bad people, you know. And that's everywhere. America, we just had that kid go into the church and like slaughter people saying I'm doing this because I hate black people. I mean, come on, that's really bad. Like and like
yeah, there's like, fucked up people everywhere. Nice.
Yep.
And see, guys, this is exactly why I wanted to have Cool J8 be my AKA co-host or just the host with me, or to just chat with me, because we have awesome conversations and we go off on tangents. So Nerd Herders is going to be about going off on tangents, and obviously video games and all that kind of stuff too, but we'll definitely be going off on tangents just like we did, and having a good time doing it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Hopefully we can get y'all to come back, and another really exciting thing that we want to do is get you guys to be involved more than just chatting on the side. If you have TeamSpeak, we want to get you involved through TeamSpeak and even Skype, and get you in here on a Skype call. So, you know, what I'll probably do is later in the show, I'll bring somebody in through TeamSpeak or Skype, and we'll have you voice your opinions on video games or whatever topic we decide to chat about. So, yeah. Let's segue into our first actual topic. Co-host hype. Cam Bam, you're amazing. So
yeah,
awesome.
Cam Bam's awesome. Always here.
So, first topic, E3. Dude, E3 just got done, and obviously E3 was a huge boon to the video game industry, because they're just a ton of amazing announcements.
Oh my god, they just decided that they want to make this E3 better than all the other E3s put together. I think, like, of all, like, it's like the first. Legitimately, I haven't watched many E3s. I think this year was the first time I really watched E3, and like, but what from all the stuff that came out in E3 this year, it's just like it completely overwhelmed the rest of the E3s. Like just it just blows. Like there are things that have came out on E3 that I have friends at work tell me they don't believe is actually real. They say there's no way that's real. It cannot be real. And like I'm like, I'm sorry, man. You better get adjusted to the times. That's a real thing, you know. Like 16 teraflops. Come on. I'm still on that.
What the fuck was 16 teraflops? That was interesting. It was definitely interesting.
That threw me off.
And I didn't really follow up on that, and that's my bad. I don't know why I didn't. So I'm not positive exactly how much that's going to be, or I don't really know a whole bunch of details about that ridiculous 16 teraflop machine. But definitely, I need to look into it and figure out a little bit more about it. Neko! What's up, buddy?
Neko's here. How's it going, man?
Neko, another amazing follower. 16 floppy dongs. The 16 floppy dong computer. Let's talk about what was your favorite game? What was your...
Oh, I mean, that's hard because, like, you guys complain, but we...
What the fuck?
Blueberry pancakes? What?
I'm gonna let
okay,
you
I'm gonna have
read that, and then you can explain it to me, because that is a lot. That's a wall of text, cloud shaker, and I'm just gonna time you out after you're done reading it, because that's just a massive wall of text. But I bet it's pretty hilarious.
Well, it's pretty awesome. It's about how we deserve blueberry pancakes. Like,
fuck yeah, we do.
Like, it was a whole thing about how we're not gonna have what we need to make the blueberry pancakes, but then we will. It won't be there. Nay, for you have shunned him once. Oh my goodness. Much love, guys. Have a good one. You too, man.
Thanks, Cloud Shaker.
Cloud
Thank
Shaker.
you for shaking up the clouds, bro.
You
That
definitely
was awesome.
shook up the clouds.
Yeah, he better deliver some pancakes after that. That's all I'm saying.
That's one way to throw everything off and make it awesome. But like I was saying, there's a lot of stuff.
Can you do a top 3? Could you narrow it
Top
down
three?
to a top
Yes,
3
okay, well,
list
top
of
3.
favorite
I think
E3 games?
Well, I mean, that's right off the bat. Of course, it's gonna be the Gears of War 1 remastered launch. I mean, that just like it's just because of the fact I was 16 when I would skip school and play this game. Like I loved Gears of War 1 too. Like that was my life. Like, and it brought third-person gaming to a whole new level. Like it brought third-person gaming to what it is now, and like it was just so great. And that the fact that they're remastering it, and I've been playing the beta. The beta ends on Tuesday, I believe, and I'm gonna be playing the beta even like after this. And it's just amazing. Like because they were like, what was good about it is because you know when they remaster a game, sometimes they're like, oh, let's take this game, but we're gonna change it, even though. Like, if they take a game that you loved and then they change it for a remaster, it's like, oh man, they screwed it up. But for Gears of War 1, it seems like they kept everything the same. Like, they kept it exactly how Gears of War 1 is, but then put the shiny objects in. Like, you can level up now and you can have weapon skins or character skins. And, so it's like they kept the same game, but they're like, you're gonna keep the same. You're gonna have all the shiny items to make you look cool, but that's it. Like we're gonna let you have the same gameplay you had 6 years ago or whatever.
Sweet.
And so I definitely love. I'd say number 1 would be. I definitely have to be the remaster of Gears of War.
Dude, watching you play it the other day, or just yesterday actually, last night.
Yeah.
Whew! Just a flood of memories came back, and I'm not gonna lie, dude. I got a little excited.
Oh
my
man,
nerd boner started to grow a bit.
Yeah.
And
yes,
dude,
it's amazing.
I don't have a 360, or I mean, I don't have an Xbox One or a PS4, and it just I don't want to buy both, but maybe I have to. I don't fucking know. If I want to be a true video game streamer, maybe it's best to just get them. Just
eventually go out and do it. Like I literally had my Xbox One under my bed for like 5 months or 4 months probably, not doing anything with it because I was just PC streaming. But it came out, I was like, I gotta get an Elgato because I couldn't stream it through the actual Xbox One streaming thing because it wasn't working for it. So I gotta grab the Elgato. Did my first Xbox One stream last night, and it was just amazing. It turned out fantastic. A lot of people really enjoyed it. And I'm excited, but well, it just it's having all of the things really opens up your variety of what you can do. Like if there's a PS4 exclusive and you're like oh, like this was something people want to get covered or want to see, then you can play that. But the Xbox One exclusive, like Gears, you can only get that for Xbox. Oh, they're making it for PC now. There was a PC, but now they're making all 3 for PC, which is going to be awesome. And so it's just like it's amazing. That's all I can say. Like,
all right. Next, what's your next game? Number 1, Gears of War remake.
I want to say I don't think it'd be fair though. I was gonna say Gears 4 because of the fact that Gears 1, 2, and 3, no matter what, I would say the best one, Gears 1, its online was the greatest for me.
Wait,
right?
hold up. Is there a Gears 4 trailer? Gameplay?
It's not
anything?
a trailer. It's a 6-minute gameplay video. Yes, and
Oh,
it's
shit.
pretty awesome.
Okay, keep talking about it. Let me load that up, just so you know we can kind of watch this. I haven't seen any of it, so I don't know anything about this.
I literally watched it like an hour ago, and it's just for anybody that plays Gears or knows anything about Gears, I think y'all will really enjoy what they're bringing to the table. Because what I was saying is 1, 2, and 3 were amazing no matter what the online was like. The story for Gears is just such an awesome story. And then they made Judgment, but Judgment was, because if you played 3, you understood that Bard and Coltrane went off and did their own thing. So Judgment is the story of what they were doing while you were playing number 3 as the other characters, and which is awesome. But number 4 is actually the continuation of the storyline. So if you haven't played Judgment and you don't really mind not knowing what they were doing, which is it's like whatever, I hadn't played Judgment, then Gears 4 is going to bring you right back to where it left off at Gears 3. And it's just amazing and exciting, and something definitely, like, I know a lot of people that play Gears of War, or have played Gears of War, know that, like, what are they going to bring? At the end of Gears 3, you wipe out the enemy. So it's like you don't really know what to think. This video will show you kind of a glimpse, and it's just, like, pretty awesome.
So this is gameplay from Gears 4.
Yeah, this is like actual gameplay. This is not video of CGI. This is the gameplay.
No need to worry just yet. And watch.
Yeah, did you like that transition? Haven't set it all up yet, so still, you know, still working on stuff. If I make it full screen, oh my god, it does change it. Should probably go back to normal then. I'm gonna have to mess with this to, you know, tighten things up a little bit. Turn up the music just a bit.
Sure that's safe?
Yeah, it's just rainwater.
Can I remove this subscribe button? No.
Let's assume I'll live.
Practice makes perfect, exactly. And luckily, it's, you know, you guys are very understanding of everything, so...
Yeah, they see that it's something that you work it like you said. This was just a dry run, you know, something we're trying, and I'm impressed. Like how you have everything already set up, like that screen, the transitions you just did. Like wow, that's awesome. I give you credit. Like I'm glad you know how to do that stuff. It blows my mind you can do it, and like so fast how fast you did it.
I love this stuff, dude. It's super fun. I keep contemplating making a new website and trying to go into business to do this kind of stuff for streamers. But I know if I did and it got to be a job, I wouldn't really have time for streaming.
Yeah, definitely. Like you'd have to kind of make that sacrifice because you know, I mean, it'd be booming, I believe, because like a lot of people like if the things you know and what you can do just completely shatter what, like, if you don't, like, it can, like, just a little bit you taught me, I've already been manipulating it and using it, and it just feels awesome. But yeah, definitely. But then there goes your streaming, because you'd be doing too much for the other streamers.
I just want to be able to, I want to show this game a little bit, Cam Bam, and, because he was talking about it, I haven't seen the trailer for it, or this gameplay video. I don't know if you guys have or not, but I feel like since we were talking about it, let's show some of it and see what happens. You know, we'll
like honestly, guys, I don't even know these characters. Like, and at the end, maybe they're in Judgment. I'm not sure because I haven't beat Judgment. But these two characters, they were not on 3, and it's kind of interesting. So they're bringing on, maybe they're coming from a different angle for the new one for 4. I'm not sure, but like so far, it's really impressive what they have and how it looks and how polished it is. And it comes out next year, so I'm really excited.
What up, Jay Boosh? Good to see you, buddy.
Boosh is here.
Son of I think I sorted out my flashlight. Great.
Dope. I mean, this is dark as fuck. Is it dark as fuck for everybody else?
Let's just get that.
Yeah, it should be. Like that's how it looks.
That's pretty typical.
Just wait right here,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's always been a real dark game, and then right here it's gonna get even darker because his flashlight gets broken when he pokes the thing, but he's glowing now.
Your joke was obviously totally lost on me. I'm a silly, silly fool.
Don't touch the pods.
But see, I really like how they have this, like, there's a creature that we don't know about because, like, we thought we got rid of all the creatures, but now there's like this glowing stuff that bubbles, and we're chasing this thing, and what is gonna happen? Like, you never know.
So I never finished Gears 3. I only did 1 and 2. I don't think I even touched Gears 3, to be honest.
You're missing out, man. Gears 3 is an amazing story, especially like after Gears 2. Like Gears 1, amazing storyline. Like, I was like happy, but as soon as I beat Gears 2 and all the stuff you do, I was just like, wow, they're really bringing like the emotions. Like I remember almost tearing up when Dom had to like kill his own wife because she was a vegetable.
Fucking
like,
spoiler alert!
Well, that happened. I hope y'all what? Nothing happened. But yeah, it's dark. Yeah, it is dark. That's legitimately how the video, even if you go to YouTube and watch it yourself, that's how the video looks. It's that dark. Uh-oh. There it is, boys and girls.
Oh, snap.
The new
Tentacle
creature.
porn. I can see tentacle porn coming out of this.
This is probably going to be what the new Gears of War is going to turn to, tentacle porn.
Tentacle
It's pretty
porn!
popular.
Nice. That looks like the Gears I remember.
Well then, thanks, Cool J. We get to actually see a little combat going on, which is pretty
Killer
awesome.
Kid, I do got some weed, bro. I live in Colorado. So got a closet full of weed right next to me, man.
And man, I cannot wait till I move to Colorado. I'm gonna be an excited person.
Sick. That was sick.
Yeah.
That looks really cool, man. Definitely. I love the Gears series, and
They just change it all up, and their storytelling, what they do, how they bring it, is just so different. I think, like, you know, tentacle porn. But yeah, like I really excited for that to come out. But I don't know if I can make that my number 2 though. I know for sure Gears of War 1 Remastered is going to be number 1, and I'm honestly starting to think that No Man's Sky, ever since you mentioned it, I found out about it, is going to be my number 2.
Oh yeah.
Because of the fact, this is what we were talking about, guys. Like, okay, I thought it was 16 trillion planets you could discover, but apparently there's quadrillion coming in. Like some people are saying quadrillion. 10 people made this game. You got to remember, and you got a Killer Kid 112.
Yeah.
I don't know if you. Yeah.
I seen it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man. I have my little pop-up that shows up. I'm not going to be able to welcome everybody since we're going to be talking and stuff, so the pop-up will still happen. You know, I'll do a silent welcome or something, but I won't be able to do the welcome to the Fozzie family, Killer Kid.
But it's all good.
I'm sure you guys understand. So, if you guys don't know what No Man's Sky is, let's talk about it real quick. Let's take this on the next tangent, because this is my number 1. This is Cool J's number 2. This game looks insane. I'm going to actually just bring up the video while we're chatting about it. Let's see.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be... This is, like, when we get into it, guys, you'll understand where they come in with that theory of what if we, as a people, are just an AI. And this game will bring you to that thinking about that when we get more into it. Like, it's just amazing. Amazing. Like 10 people created a game that's bigger than any game ever made, I believe. Like,
yeah, so basically what they did was somehow with 15 people or something
10.
insane,
It was 10.
10 people.
10
they
people.
Came up with, this is not, I should have tested this shit out before, well, you know, we're going to fix some bugs. All right, guys, it's not.
That's why it's a dry run.
You know what? Let's not lock the aspect ratio. We'll fucking kind of get this. We'll Jimmy rig it a little bit. Anyways, No Man's Sky. It's procedurally generated. Looks ridiculously amazing. Look at these beautiful graphics.
Look at
And
that. It's
basically
ridiculous.
They have recreated an entire universe. And it's all procedural, so they don't really know exactly what's going to happen inside this world of theirs.
Yeah, like I was saying, believing to be over 16 trillion worlds you can discover in this game, guys, which means impossible.
Look at this, dude. Let me rewind this real quick. So this is like the... where's that? So this is where he zooms out, and he starts showing you... This is a space battle. Just above a planet. So this is the universe. Every single one of these little dots of light that you're seeing right now is a galaxy with...
Yeah. Something you can go into and explore.
With possibly millions of stars. And you can go explore every single one of them. This is the massive universe. It's all procedurally generated. And basically you go down into a planet and you just see what's there. And apparently you're going to be able to build...
Oh my gosh.
Basically think of taking Rust or Ark or something like that. You know, one of these new survival games that's out, and suddenly you have this universe of all of these planets. Instead of just one planet you're on or one area that you're in, you have a universe of areas that you can go explore. It's insanity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like, and it's built to the fact of there is going to be like stars explode. New worlds will be made while you're playing. Intelligence will be brought to other planets. You know, like you could literally find a planet and they could have an AI on there that we've never even heard of. You know, like it's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be ridiculous.
I think one of the funnest things would be, and who knows if this is possible, meeting up with a buddy somehow, finding a friend. If you can do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's multiplayer. So somehow finding a friend in this massive universe, meeting up with them, and then just like exploring and just seeing what's on planets. And who knows what can happen? Maybe you're gonna...
look at that. Look how big that world is in front. Like, oh my goodness.
It's just ridiculous. It's insane. Oh, I forget that you're watching this delayed.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you looking at? I'm looking at this live. So it's, I don't know, I'm super excited. This was definitely my...
You kind of look like...
my game of E3. Cool J's second.
Yeah, definitely, this would be my easy number 2. Easy. And just, the only reason it's my number 2 is because number 1 has to be Gears of War 1 because of the childhood growing up, playing that game, going ham. And I guess one of us looks like the drummer from Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, I was just going to ask him. You know what?
Plot twist.
You know what else? You know what else I forgot? I didn't fucking put up titles for us, so people don't know which one's Fonzie and which one's Cool J. I'm Fonzie!
Yeah! You are definitely the drummer from Smashing Pumpkins, bro.
I am the motherfucker.
We're going to go with it.
Dude, I get Orange Shirt Guy. That's Fonzie. Let me just make these real quick. Go ahead and talk. Tell us what your third game is. And I'm just going to go ahead and make our titles real quick since they're not up there.
Well, third, I have to look at, because my friend sent me a link. The other day, I was still going to work, and it's just the fact that, like this game, I don't know if anybody's seen it, because it's going to be like a MOBA, and I've already preached about how I'm really kind of disappointed on the fact of how many MOBAs people are bringing out. I mean, yes, they're trying to do it, but there's 3 MOBAs in this world that are going to be the 3 top, which is Smite, League of Legends, and Dota. And I don't understand why people are trying to see if they can get their little piece of the pie. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I refuse to believe that there will be another MOBA that's going to pop out. But this is supposed to be like a MOBA. And my friend sent me the link to it on a message. I'm looking for it right now. It is called... Give me 2 seconds. The game is called, and if you haven't seen it, it's called For Honor. For Honor gameplay. Like, there's a video, it's all about the gameplay, and this game looks amazing. And, like, just completely amazing. You can be a samurai, a knight, or a Viking, which is like the 3 main big historical fighting, craziness. You get to pick one, and then y'all all have y'all special little moves, but you're in crazy, like, combat, third-person combat. You're in with, like, this huge battle. You're trying to take over points. You're trying to control the board. It looks amazing. And I believe they did announce it at E3. And I would have to say that that is definitely an easy number 3 for me. And like just because of the fact that the way it looks, the way it plays, they made it to where like you actually, instead of it being like what's that game called that we used to play together, Fonzai?
Chivalry.
Chivalry. Instead of like, okay, Chivalry is awesome. I love Chivalry, but when you block, you're just blocking. Like, you know, all you gotta do is block and hope they swing at that time. This game, you have to block and pick what side you block from.
Oh,
or
nice.
when you swing, you pick where you're gonna swing at. So if I swing to the left and you block to the right, I'm gonna hit you. There's no, oh, you're gonna block, you know? And it's just so amazing and so exciting. And like I cannot wait to get my hands on it and try it out. And apparently there's gonna be a beta, and I'm gonna try to get any access I can of that beta and all that good stuff. So that's that'd be my 3.
Yep, I agree. That looked pretty badass. I thought the demo was a little underwhelming. I don't know. I was expecting.
You thought it was underwhelming?
It looked cool, but so you know, you have their intro video, which shows crazy castle sieges and all sorts of madness. I'm looking up this Jimmy Chamberlain guy, by the way.
Yeah.
I do kind of look like this guy. I'm looking for like a bigger image of him. But it looked like crazy madness, and then they show the battle, and it didn't really make sense in the way that, I don't know, it didn't jive with everything that happened in the crazy epic video they showed before it. Like, the live gameplay
I
had nothing
understand.
to do with the siege. Even the soldiers, the normal soldiers, they were there. They just didn't look very... They didn't look like they were integral to the game. It looked like you could just run past them and not even care.
Yeah, I do understand that.
Right.
I think maybe they kind of were a little slow. Like, they didn't release... I think that's, in a way, though, it was a smart move, because like, they're just showing you the tip of the spear, you know? Like, there could be so much more. And no, I am not. This is a vape. This is nicotine. So, but it was like the tip of the spear of what they could do. And yeah, is that a picture of you, Fonzai?
That's there's me in a former life as a drummer for Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I just wanted to say,
I do kind of look like that guy.
I want to say, I looked up because I've been trying to figure out the whole teraflop thing, and it says, what is a teraflop? Which graphic cards consist of? Please explain. And somebody said, it's when Tara Reid parties too hard, passes out, and falls on her face. That is what they say is a teraflop. Oh wait, you wanted to know what a teraflop was, not a teraflop. Flop, floating point, operating per second. So a teraflop equals 1 trillion floating point operations per second, which is just ridiculous. 1 trillion floating point operations per second, and they have 16 of them in a computer now. It's crazy. Crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Like, I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I'm dropping 5Gs, whatever.
5D, I don't even know. Is there even a listing for it online? I don't know.
Well, all I know is that new card. Remember, you looked up the card they showed, and that was in the case, and it had the 2 slots for the cards, I believe. It's the first of its kind. You said it was like $800 and something. That's one piece of this amazing system.
Oh.
So I was just guessing from that. I don't know how much teraflops are going to cost, but from that, it's going to be at least 5Gs. If not, I could see it going more. But it's going to be at a minimum $5,000. I guarantee it. If it isn't, if like they say like, oh, here for $2,000, I'm going to be like, I'll praise them and be like, holy crap, this is amazing. I'm dropping 2Gs.
Dropping them. Hell yeah.
Dropping them. I'll drop $5,000. That's what I am talking about.
All right. So we went over my number 1 game, No Man's Sky. Number 2 game, which is a very, very close number 1 for me. I'm sure anybody in chat that's been in my channel can guess this. Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3. I am... Ever since I started playing Dark Souls 2, like a month and a half ago, I am hook, line, and sinker, just loving Dark Souls games and the whole universe, and I I mean, I am desperate to get my hands on a PS4 so I can start playing some Bloodborne. But I love that challenge. I love the way it feels. I love the way, I don't know. I like the story. I love everything about it. It's just fucking amazing. I bought Dark Souls 2, the original version, 3 days, just unknowingly, 3 days before the release of Scholars of the First Sins. And then 2 weeks later, I was like, fuck it, and I bought Scholars of the First Sins. So, yeah, just fucking so into it. It's ridiculous. Dark Souls 3 looks amazing. Can't wait for that.
I've never played them, but I have wanted to because of the fact that it's a game where it seems like more games these days, like World of Warcraft, they really made it more of a casual gaming. Like, it's super easy to do everything. It's super easy for the newer generation of gamers, and so I feel like it's just things are becoming too easy. But then when you get to a Dark Souls game or a Bloodborne, it's all that easiness just became no. We're going to make you a game like it used to be back in the day where there was no, this is how you go this way, or this is where you need to go. You have to find it yourself, you have to do it, and it's going to be extremely hard getting there.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. They don't fucking make it a game for the masses. It's a game for very hardcore people that, are masochists, and they like torture, so...
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And like I've always thought about it. I want to get Dark Souls 2, and I've said this in stream multiple times, but I have not done it yet. I want to do a run because I know you can start off the game with nothing, literally just like the thing covering your crotch, and that's it. You have no benefits, nothing. And I've always wanted to start a game of Dark Souls, play as that at the very beginning, and beat the entire game without dying once. And if I die, I have to restart the entire game.
Whoa, dude!
People have said it's impossible. I've been told by friends it's impossible, and you're gonna pull your hair out trying to do it. But I honestly think it's something that can happen.
You need to play that game for hundreds of hours before that would even be something that would be possible, dude. I'm
going into the game first time playing it like that. I'm telling you,
dude, it's gonna be madness, bro. That's madness. That is one of the craziest things somebody's ever said about a video game to me. And that shows me that you don't know what Dark Souls is really like.
I've never played it, but I know it's supposed to be extremely hard.
Dude, I'm doing an underwear run right now. Dark Souls Gone Wild. I'm sure some of you have seen it. And holy shit, it's hard, man. It's really hard.
Have you died?
Oh my god, a lot, yeah. Yeah, quite a bit. So, yeah, I'm not going to restart the whole game. I know there's a challenge that if you go through the game, so you get these, since you don't know what it is, you get these bonfires, and bonfires are points, like checkpoints almost, and you can bounce around the world to these different checkpoints to get to different areas of the world. So there's a challenge that you will get an achievement for if you beat Dark Souls without using those checkpoints at all. So you can't activate those bonfires.
So you have to like walk everywhere.
Yeah, and it's insane. Almost nobody's done it. That's insanely hard. Let alone running through the game in underwear without dying. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
So should I even go one step further and say I'm running through the game without dying
bonfire.
in underwear and no bonfires?
And no bonfires. Holy shit.
And the only way to prove it would be to stream it, you know?
Exactly.
Like, and I would literally, if I did it, or if you did it, it would be one of those things where people would watch you, oh, you died, restarting the game. Like, completely restarting the game.
Yeah, that's just madness. I love it. He's died so many times, Gary.
I think it'd be insane because it helps repair items.
Yeah, exactly, Neko. That's what I'm saying. It's madness. And the stuff that Cool J is talking about, I just shit my pants thinking about it. It's not even, it's not real.
I probably would. I can rage. Y'all know I can rage. So I could see me raging some, especially knowing, because like there was a challenge whenever, like to bring back Gears of War 1, there was a challenge going on. I think it was insane. Was the hardest difficulty in beating the entire game, and every time you die, you restart the game, and so it just, and it was extremely hard because in that setting, they could just run up to you, hit you like once, or like hit you once, and you're down, and then there goes your game by yourself. Like, I don't think I ever tried it. I was too into, like I said before, I really got into the competitive scene of multiplayer, and I was just too young to do tournaments and stuff.
Cool. So, okay, let's get to my third game of E3. And I don't even know if it's a game. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it blew my mind. The Dreams game on PS4.
Dreams game? I haven't. Okay, I must have missed something.
All right, let me bring it up.
I must have missed something.
I'll bring it up. We'll put it in the fucked up video screen that I've got set up here. The non-working.
I think it looks good.
Let's see. So this Dreams trailer. So it's not really even a game, dude. Per se, I would venture to say it's a very creative.
Dreams Machine? Sony Dream Machine?
Nope. It's just called Dreams. Dreams trailer is what I'm looking at right now. So Dreams, it's a game, quote unquote, a game for PS4, where you can apparently just create people and animate them and create environments and animate them and just create scenes and animate everything. And then I guess what happens is once you're done with your scene or your dream, you put it online, and then other people can take what they've done and mash it up with yours, or they can take yours and turn it into something of their own. And I guess, I don't even know, I mean, the explanation wasn't really there. I guess you just go into it, and suddenly you're watching people's dreams. I don't know, dude. It's really intriguing.
That looks insane. Like, what I've seen right now is just blowing my mind. Like, he's following, what I'm seeing 30 seconds later, how the guy was following his head with where you're aiming, and, like, it just looks so smooth. And
yeah, it's nuts, man. I feel like if you were, I don't endorse illegal drugs, the usage of it, but if you were tripping on shrooms and watching this or creating in it, you would probably have one of the best times of your life.
Oh my god, the things you would create.
Yeah, it would just be amazing. So I don't know. This is probably the closest thing we'll ever get to actually seeing people's dreams in their heads. It's nuts, dude. Maybe one day they'll be able to capture people's dreams in some fashion.
There was talk of that they're trying to make something where you could sleep and it would capture your dreams and you could watch them when you wake up. This is actual something people are trying to create. Like, legitimately, imagine waking up and you're like, oh, I kind of remember that dream. And, like, you always dream, even if you don't remember, like, even if you think you didn't dream or you're not dreaming, you always have a dream. You just don't remember it. And so, if they made something where it's capturing your dreams and then, like, you wake up the next day and you can press play and you could watch your dream, I think that'd be incredible. It would just blow my mind.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. So, I don't know. This game looks insane. Some of the dreams that were made are, I don't know, they're okay. Like, the Polar Bears was obviously a ripoff of Coke. The Coke commercials.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
But, you know, that's cool. That's fine. It's just a demo of what craziness you can do with this.
Martin Luther King had a dream.
You goddamn right he did. So
what's up, Hamill? How's it going, man?
I'm gonna have to say, what's up, Hamill? And I want to say what's up to Luora. What's up, Luora, my maiden? How are you? Yeah. It blew my mind. I was just like, what the fuck, dude? We could actually, I don't know. It was
go
just,
at it. Like,
the scope of what could happen in that is pretty goddamn impressive.
I think it's one of those things. It's just like if you want to go back to No Man's Sky, like what we were talking about, guys, and like what we discussed for quite a while is the fact that if you think about, like, and this is to it's like kind of show an example to this dreams thing. If you think about truly it being such a big game, so over 16 trillion, if not quadrillion planets that you can explore, that means that if there's random generation AI that's happening, there could be AI created in that game that we've never even thought possible. We could meet an AI that understands that we're just a people playing a game and that they're AI. Like, this could go beyond. This is like the theory of that there is a theory out there saying that we could be an AI. That somebody could have made. Yeah, we could be a simulation.
Theory.
Yeah, simulation theory. That somebody made a game just like No Man's Sky, where there's 16 quadrillion planets and there's random generation AIs, and what if we're one of the AIs on that planet, and that this is how advanced we are. So, and like I was telling them, we were kind of joking around about it, but it really got deep, is the fact that, think of it this way. They said they send out robots, these little robots in the game, the creators, to go out to all these planets and bring back gifts and information about the planets. What if, as soon as the game launched, we got a little robot that came to Earth and was like gathering information? We're like, wait a minute. So like it just goes real deep, and the same thing with this dreams. Dreams could, like, not in an AI sense, but as the fact of, you can bring like all this creation of thinking about dreams and all this stuff to other people's eyes. Like if like it just blows my mind what they're doing. E3 was just amazing. Like they're doing so good.
If you are really baked, or you are tripping on some sort of a drug, and you really try and think about that simulation theory and No Man's Sky, you might just have your mind actually explode. Instead of just saying that your mind is blown, your head did explode. But yeah, simulation theory is crazy, and No Man's Sky is like the first real thing we've seen that kind of lends to simulation theory. And yeah, you're right, man. It's trippy. It's trippy as fuck.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I want to do? Let's try and get somebody in here that wants to discuss their top 3 of E3. Does anybody want to discuss their top 3 of E3? We'll get you in TeamSpeak. So you gotta have TeamSpeak. But what I'll do is I'll whisper you our TeamSpeak channel
info.
You can jump in there. We'll pull you into our channel and tell us your best of E3. So this is what we really want to do, guys. We want to have you be involved as much as possible. It's cool to read your comments and have you, you know, kind of interact in the normal sense in Twitch. But what we really want to do in every show, if, you know, this continues and it's successful and you guys like it, is to bring you guys in. And we want to have you guys as guests and give us your opinions on all this stuff.
Yeah, because we feel like it's more for you guys. Like, as in, of course, you're a person and watching the stream, and you're talking, and we're reading your chat and all that, and we love that. But what I'm saying is, like if this went big, like we're one of those like 5,000 people watching it, but you could make somebody that was just somebody leaving a comment and hoping it got read, now become somebody that's actually talking on that stream that they're watching, and holy crap, their voice can be heard. So we feel like we're giving y'all an opportunity to have y'all's voice heard, not just through a text on a chat, but to actually be on stream and let us know what you like and don't like.
All right, we got Killer Ked. Looks like Killer Ked wants to jump in. Killer Ked, do you have TeamSpeak?
Yeah, we don't do Skype.
We don't do Skype. We only do TeamSpeak.
We know too much about Skype to do Skype.
Yeah, honestly, I would do Skype, but Skype leaves you way too open to DDoS and that kind of shit. So it's gotta be through TeamSpeak, guys. Honestly, Killer Ked, if you want to do it and you don't have TeamSpeak, it's a quick download, super easy to set up.
Yeah, super small.
And you can always jump in a bit. Cam Bam, anybody? And does anybody want to jump in and talk? If not, that's fine. We can always move on to our next subject. But I want to give you guys the opportunity to jump in, even if it's for just a couple minutes. Just tell us your top 3 at E3. We can chat with you. We can kind of meet you on a more personal level.
Ooh.
And, you know, just chat for a minute. And then if you're real shy and you want to bounce, bounce. Or if you want to chat with us for 30 minutes, fucking A, that's cool.
Then there it is.
That's what I said this show is about. It's about tangents and talking and really just enjoying each other's company. Nope. All right, I'm seeing. No, I have Skype only. Okay. All right. Sorry, Killer Ked. We're not going to do Skype, unfortunately. It leaves us a little too vulnerable.
We're a little too vulnerable. You know, we have to make sure we stay safe to an extent.
I don't know if you can get TeamSpeak on iOS, to be honest.
Quantum
says both.
You can get it on phone. Yeah, it's on both. And if you try to get it on your phone, it costs like $1. So it's not free on phones, though, unfortunately.
Yeah. How about Quantum? Quantum, I know you were
Yeah.
downloading TeamSpeak earlier. Do you want to jump on? Share? You'll try on your iPad. Sweet, there you go, man. Oh, it costs money on iOS. That's lame. Fucking
Yeah.
Apple, man. Alright, well, Quantum, if you don't want to do it, we're going to move on to our next subject, and it still kind of has to do with E3. And basically technology. So we saw a lot of awesome technology in E3. We saw some VR stuff. We saw
some VR stuff.
we
that's
saw
for
the
sure.
AMD ridiculous AMD conference where they showed their 16 floppy dong / teraflop PC and some of their new cards, which is awesome. You know what? I want to bring up that Microsoft conference where they're showing that little VR thing. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. I've been trying to look the name of Like,
yeah, what
I
was that
can't.
called? It was the HoloLens, I think, wasn't it?
HoloLens, yes, HoloLens, Minecraft, demonstration, HoloLens. That's what it is. Like that thing. Like when y'all see, if y'all haven't seen this and y'all see this, guys, y'all are gonna go crazy because it is just a whole. I'm sorry if that was really loud. It's a whole new way of playing video games, and we can talk about where that could bring other games.
All right. So I didn't really get to see any of this. I came in
on July 4th and 5th in London. We are going to have the biggest Minecraft celebration in the world at Minecon 2015.
I came in right as they started the demo.
We can't wait to share more with the community.
So I didn't really hear what they said about it.
Inspired by their ideas.
Sorry, I've got the audio playing. I was just kind of listening to it.
Entire audience to see the holograms. Now.
Okay, so like what I understand is they have the camera. This guy's camera, and it's basically displaying the exact same thing that the VR lens displays.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, that's how they transfer exactly what the VR guy is seeing into the video. So basically, when you see the virtual reality stuff, you're seeing what it's going to look like inside the VR helmet. Obviously, when you got this VR lens on, it's going to be way more interactive than just seeing it through this camera. But,
yeah, just like when they're showing the part with him just looking anywhere. He could look at a wall, and all of a sudden he's inside Minecraft, playing like he'd be playing on a PC monitor.
So yeah, it's playing right now, dude.
But then it's here it is. Create world, and then oh my goodness, this is technology. This is just amazing. Just imagine that. Any table you're on, anything, all of a sudden, bam, and you can see the people you're playing with. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I'm watching it right now, and I liked, I thought Minecraft was pretty fun, but this, to me, I would play the fuck out of Minecraft.
Oh
if
man,
I could do this. Like, this is just nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I didn't really get is, can you build and stuff from this view, or is this more of an overall control?
I don't think it really goes in that. It shows him finding, going underneath and showing minerals, or doing the lightning strikes and stuff. But I didn't see him. But I'm sure you will be able to, because I wouldn't understand why they wouldn't make it that way. Because you know what that would do? That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Grab each little blocks. Okay, so Quantum's saying you can build.
Yes, basically play God. Okay.
That's just amazing.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Dude, look at this part. I love this part right here where they're looking down into the cave.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just showing the whole thing from this just crazy awesome 3D perspective.
Oh, yes. And he could just be like, hey, right, like he's doing in the video, right underneath you. She's a little bit too much dynamite, I believe, but you never know. I mean, actually, I think you don't. There's no having too much dynamite.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, so this is pretty amazing. VR is definitely... It's coming a long way, and honestly, until I saw this demo, I don't know. I haven't experienced any new VR, like the Oculus Rift or anything. And it looks cool, but I'm also somewhat skeptical just because of so many different technologies that have come along that have been super hyped, but never really pan out. And, you know, my thought is that maybe VR is one of those technologies. Now, I don't, you know, who knows for sure. It could be, it might be the next amazing thing. And it seems like there's a ton of people backing it. It seems like it could absolutely blow up. But it also seems like it could fizzle out because people don't adopt it quick enough, you know? If the consumers aren't buying it, if the consumers aren't into it, that's a big problem. You're not going to have the funding to continue your VR research. So, you know, we'll see what happens with it. I'm hoping that it comes along, but I know a big issue, especially with putting on those VR goggles, is that the issue is when you look with your eyes, the VR, the scene doesn't move. And as a human being, you're used to looking with your eyes, and that's how things move, right? With VR, the only way that the scene moves is when you move your head. So what that does is it creates this weird type of motion that you're not used to, and if you're vulnerable or susceptible to motion sickness, it fucks with you big time. So there's a ton of people that can't do VR because of that. Now, if they add in some sort of a tracker that tracks your eyes and your eye movement, which I think seems pretty easy. I feel like they already have that kind of technology. I think, you know, that could be the next step.
Oh, definitely. Like, I believe it will happen, because, you know, like, it's just like kind of with the colorblind thing. Back in the day, it was, colorblind people had a lot of problems with games. And there were even some companies that they got,
Wait, what?
That's just saying, like,
did you just say colorblind people?
Yeah, people that have colorblind. Yeah. Was that wrong? I'm sorry.
No. I thought I heard you say colored people.
No,
I was not like paying total attention.
Blind.
I wasn't paying total attention. I thought you said colored people. I was like, whoa,
no. But
oh shit.
But what I'm saying is, they fixed that like infinitely, like really fast. Not infinitely, but they fixed that really fast. So I feel like they will make sure to break the boundaries, make it to where everybody has their chance of getting on and being able to play and experience this great new technology.
I agree. Let me just address this real quick, guys. I'll address it one last time for this cast. We will not do Skype. Skype leaves us totally open to being DDoSed, so you can only speak to us through TeamSpeak.
Yes.
And Killer, I know you really want to talk. But
if there's something, if you have something you would like to say, Killer, we can read it. We can read it in chat.
Absolutely, dude. Feel free to tell us your top 3 in chat, and we can kind of just review it from there. Don't worry about trying to pay money for TeamSpeak or anything. Just type it out. We'll read it. We'll discuss, and we'll interact with you that way. I know it's kind of a bummer, but it's just something we can't do is use Skype. Unfortunately, and it's mostly because jerk-ass people have taken advantage of Skype and how it leaves people open. So it's an unfortunate thing, but that's the way shit is.
That's the internet, boys and girls.
Absolutely. So speaking of technology and moving on to the next thing, I would say AMD's video cards.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
I honestly am probably not knowledgeable enough about the current video card game to really say how much better these are going to be than everything else. But I love new technology and hearing about it, and I love that these are the newest things, and they were released on E3 in this brand new segment they have about PC games. So I thought the whole thing was awesome. Really excited about the new AMD cards. And the funny thing is, I just bought my PC, 3 months ago, probably 4 months ago, to stream. No, it must have been It was a little longer. Anyways, you know, within the past 8 months or so, I bought it to stream, and seeing the new AMD cards, I immediately started thinking about how could I buy a new PC so I could just have one of these new fucking AMD cards. So it's fucking so
You're
dumb.
like, oh god.
I'm like, god damn it! Why did you release these?
I built mine. I built mine in 2012 with a NCO of mine that really knew how his stuff with computers, and every piece by piece, you know. And now it's like, it's already been like 3 years, you know, and I'm like looking at it. I love my PC, and I'm gonna have to I'm getting at a point where I'm gonna have to like wipe it and then re-download everything, you know, bring it back to life again. But yeah, I definitely, whenever I get some spare change or get out of the army and can start saving up a little bit better, I'm definitely gonna have to drop it and make another one. And if not, I can make this one my the one I have now, make it like my my mess around, do stuff computer. Or you can call it my porn computer, and then the one that has the antivirus makes it slower, and then I'd have my streaming computer, or like the big streamers do, where they literally have one computer with a monitor, and that's their streaming computer. They just use that PC for streaming, and then their other computer is built and it's built just for streaming, helps with RAM, all that kind of stuff, and then not RAM, but with uptimes and ups
delay.
And all that kind of
like
stuff.
There's and you can stream at higher quality, faster FPS. Yeah.
And that's what they built that computer for. But they built their other computer specifically for gaming. And like you can even see, like, whenever you go to their channels and they look at their specs, they have both computers and what their specs are, so that they have their streaming computer, and then they have their other one for gaming, and it's just ridiculous. So they have a dual monitor, but literally one monitor is hooked up to their PC for streaming, and then one monitor is hooked up for the game that you're watching stream, and then they have the monitors connected. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I can't even imagine the amount of energy used and heat generated by having two fucking amazing streaming machines.
Oh yeah, you would have to have like 52 degrees in your room, like at all times.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the box for it behind me. I bought this specifically this little, it's like a air cooler, I forget what they call it, but specifically to cool my room down now that it's summer. It's so hot, and streaming with my PC, it makes it unbearably hot in here. Even my computer starts to totally fuck up and drop frames and has just hissy fits about it. So I spent like $180 just to cool my room for one PC, let alone two. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, you'd have to find like a nice basement or something to stream in with.
Live
two crazy
in
PCs.
Antarctica.
Okay, so we got Killer put up his top 3. Let's check him out
his
real
top
quick.
3.
Killer Ked, Black Ops 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been out of the Black Ops, or just the Call of Duty game, for 5 years now, probably. I think Advanced Warfare 2 was the last Call of Duty that I played. So, you know, Black Ops looked cool, and I really liked the wall running. It looked fucking awesome. But I'm so out of the loop on them. It definitely made me excited for Call of Duty again. But I just was like, I don't even know what's going on with Call of Duty or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Like, I was like, the Modern Warfare, you know, well, they just completely changed the whole series and made it so good, everybody loved it. And Black Ops definitely, like, if you're in the competitive scene for Call of Duty, you know, if you want to play against the pros and stuff, they're all playing Black Ops 2. You know, they're playing the older Call of Duties. So, because of the fact that, like, they're like, oh, this new Advanced Warfare, you know, we don't really like it. But Black Ops 3 does sound like it's going to be amazing. Like, well, I mean, all the games are pretty amazing, but just kind of the same, if you know what I mean. I mean, I guess you said about any game in any franchise, but it still looks really good.
That's the thing, is Call of Duty is so polished at this point that all they're doing is they're just polishing it that much more each iteration. And I don't know, I like Treyarch personally. I thought Treyarch made the better Call of Duties in my opinion.
Yeah, and then they stopped, and I was like, oh.
No, this is a Treyarch. This one's a Treyarch Call of Duty as well.
Oh, it's actually a Treyarch?
Yep.
So, okay, then this could be the thing.
Yeah, so, and you know what, this one reminded me of Titanfall a bit, the way the gameplay looked a bit. Because when you're outside of the Titans in Titanfall, there's kind of a similar wall running mechanic, and just the pacing of it reminded me of Titanfall, which unfortunately I never played that either. But yeah, man, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm getting a PS4 soon, and possibly even an Xbox One.
He's dropping the Benjamins.
Yeah, I could see myself getting into Call of Duty again, because I played the shit out of Call of Duty 1 through like 15, just like everybody else, man. They were my favorite games forever. So, see what happens. Second game was what?
GTA 6.
GTA 6.
Which I haven't heard about, but
Grand Theft
I
Auto
can see
6?
I'm guessing GTA 6 is what it says.
Grand Theft Auto 6? I do not know a thing about Grand Theft Auto 6.
I'm Googling it right now. Images for GTA. Grand Theft Auto 6, Grand Theft Auto release date, trailer.
Oh, zombies.
Brilliant.
Good call, guys. Zombies. That's what I loved about Treyarch 2, is they were the originators of the zombies gameplay.
Well, if you want to actually get into it, Gears of War 2 brought in Horde mode, and that's what started the trend of having wave mode.
That's
and then Zombies came out after, and then even Halo, it was Halo, the ODST came out with their own wave, and it just it brought a wave of wave levels in games, you know, it was ridiculous.
And I think that might have even spawned tower defense games. Like
tower defense has been on for a long time, but I think it honestly, yeah, you know, it's like you have a row, and basically tower defense, but you're making little plants in your rows, and yeah, same concept.
Black Ops 3 is Titanfall. That's what Gary says.
Yeah, Rex.
That's what I was saying. It looked a lot like Titanfall. But either way, I'm sure. Oh my God, The Division. That's honorable mentions, dude. Honorable mentions, The Division.
I'm so out of the loop.
I agree,
I
Gary.
don't
know. So The Division, I've been looking forward to The Division for like over a year now. The first time I saw the trailer. So The Division is an MMO first-person shooter game where basically it's set in New York.
A massive multiplayer online first-person shooter?
Yeah, and it's going to be on consoles.
Wow.
It's going to be on PC. And it's actually a third-person
I've
shooter.
seen this. Okay.
Yeah,
it looks amazing.
Oh, God, it looks so fucking good, man.
Especially if they can make it cross-platform.
Yeah.
Then it becomes like, oh.
So it's basically take Advanced Warfare, which the new Advanced Warfare looks amazing too, by the way. Take Advanced Warfare, the Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare. Or no, what is it? Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter or some shit. The Ghost Recon game.
Yeah.
Take Ghost Recon and combine that with like World of Warcraft. Would be, I'm sure somebody else could come up with a better comparison, but kind of on that level.
Who is behind the creation of this?
It's
is it
Ubisoft.
It's Ubisoft. Okay.
Yeah, it's in Ubisoft.
Because I know a while back, but I think they already released it with Overwatch. It was supposed to be like a Treyarch and a Blizzard coming together and making it was Project something, like they had a name for it, and like everybody's like, what is this? They never found out.
Overwatch, the first-person
Overwatch,
shooter
the first-person shooter for Blizzard.
Like
I believe that's
Team
what
Fortress
that was.
Game.
Yeah, the Team Fortress, but Blizzard style with and that's why I was wondering if maybe they worked on this, and I was like, oh, did Blizzard help them? But no,
it's just Ubisoft. Yeah, it's straight.
But it still looks amazing.
Yeah, looks awesome, and so does the new Ghost Recon. And dude, I was really disappointed that they didn't say anything about Overwatch. That was very disappointing to me.
Yeah, I know. Like I was waiting for it too. I was like, because we all know that it's there. They've shown the video on Battle.net. Like they announced it. You know, Overwatch is a thing. It looks amazing, and a lot of people are super excited that they're coming with that FPS. And I was really excited. I thought for sure E3, Overwatch was a thing. Like there was no way we were not going to not see Overwatch. But apparently it's not a thing.
Yeah, Blizzard is so big, they pretty much do whatever they want, and I'm sure when they have BlizzCon, they'll release more info about Overwatch.
Yeah, that's probably what they're saving it for,
That
and
would
the
be my
fact
guess.
that, like you were saying about when I was talking about how League could do something in E3, but it doesn't really matter because of how big they are. Where they
Yeah.
could do their own thing, and it could be twice as big as E3, or just like Blizzard. Blizzard could do their own thing, BlizzCon, and it's twice as big. You know, so like it's just they get to they're in the stage where they get to call the shots. Nobody else can make it for them. You know, they don't have to depend on E3 or something.
Yeah. Shit, man, I'm surprised there's not a League of Legends convention yet, to be honest.
I'm sure it's gonna in the near future because of the fact that it's like the leading LCS, you know, what people are watching, #1 always on Twitch game.
Yeah.
You know, they have tournaments streaming up there with like 230,000 people watching live on Twitch. Like it's ridiculous.
Speaking of conventions and Twitch, is anybody hyped for TwitchCon? Is anybody going to TwitchCon? I know.
Ooh, I'm gonna try.
I've got my tickets. I've got my. I'm not even gonna stay in a hotel. Fuck the hotels. They were highly overpriced. It was like $300 minimum per night to be in a hotel nearby the convention. So I actually booked a room in a hostel that's nearby, and even that was still relatively expensive, especially for a hostel. But it was like $120 a night. But still, it was less than half as much as some of the hotels. So,
Yeah.
anyways, if you guys are hyped for TwitchCon and you're gonna be there, let me know. Honestly, I'll probably Periscope a bunch of TwitchCon. If you don't know what Periscoping is, it's basically live casting from your phone of what you're seeing from your camera. It's fucking insane. It's cool. Its own Twitter bought it, and they run that shit now, and it's pretty badass. So I'll probably do some Periscoping from TwitchCon, and if I can, I'll try and get a live broadcast from TwitchCon. But yeah, I'm super stoked. Jay,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I hope you're gonna be there, dude. I would love to see you there and fucking hang out. I know of a few other smaller streamers that are going that I'll be hanging out with. So
And
let
definitely,
me
this is
know.
like this is the opportunity to meet those big streamers, which could make something happen for you. You know, like this is where you go and you meet the right people and become friends, and then it creates you into another world of a level of streaming. You know, so it's definitely something to go to and experience. And that's why me and Cash are gonna try to go, and hopefully we can.
yeah,
When is it
yeah.
again?
September. It's the end of September. September 20 something.
Okay.
Maybe the 28th is the last day. 26th to 28th, something like that.
Mhm.
But it looks to be pretty sweet. There's going to be a bunch of awesome panels. Pretty much all the major casters are going to be there, which I'm looking forward to meeting a few of my favorites. And
No,
yeah,
yeah, Summit's
like
gonna be
networking,
there.
dude.
Soda Poppin'. Well, I don't know. Is Summit gonna be there? I don't know
have
if Summit
no
will be
idea.
there, but
I don't know.
I believe Soda Poppin' will definitely be there, which I know. I'm sure some of y'all guys like him. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it should be fun, man, and networking will be good. So yeah, that's gonna be cool. I'm very excited about TwitchCon. Should be fucking amazing. Plus, San Francisco is an awesome city, amazing food, tons of cool shit to do there. So get your ass there, Cool J Punk.
I'm gonna have to. Like, you have to see my weird, awkward, tall body.
Dude, you can't be that awkward, you crazy bastard. Just because you're 6'4" doesn't mean shit. All right, let's deviate a bit from the typical topics of movies. I mean, of games, and let's talk about movies.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Movies? Yeah.
Let's talk about movies. Have you seen Jurassic World?
Not yet.
The
I
biggest
want to
hype
so
movie right now. I
bad.
think
It's
hasn't
the number
Jurassic-
one.
Yeah,
It's the
ever of all time.
ever
right now,
all
or
time.
what?
It made $50 million the first night it came out. $50 million. Like it's ridiculous, man. Oh, I hope to see you there, Hamel. It blows my mind. Like, I had a friend come back and they went and saw it the Thursday night when it first released, and $50 million. Like, that's just insane.
Did it? What was the previous record? Do you know?
I'm not sure what the previous record was, but I know I just read something on Facebook saying like how it just crushed and it's the number one of all time.
Beat out the Avengers. That's
Yeah.
insane, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
I haven't seen it yet. Now, my roommate saw it, and he said, I think you could wait till video. But I've heard rave reviews from a ton of people. I think my biggest fear is that it's not going to live up to Jurassic Park, and I don't think it will, because when Jurassic Park first came out, I must have been 12 years old, very impressionable, and CG was pretty commonly used in movies, but it was relatively poor.
It wasn't that level. Like,
when Jurassic Park came out, that was the top tier of graphics, hands down.
Yeah, it just destroyed everything. Like even today, you can still kind of compare it and be like, "Wow, this CG is
still
amazing."
Looks really good. Yeah, it still looks really good.
Like amazing.
So I'm a bit worried to watch The Lost World, because I have such expectations that I don't know if it'll never live up to the experience I had of first seeing Jurassic Park. Unfortunately.
I spent a whole summer with a cousin of mine, or a friend of mine, watching Jurassic Park every day, at least once a day. A whole summer, if not more than once. Like, it was weird. Like, legitimately every day
I've had those summers where you watch one movie.
It was ridiculous. I'm gonna have to, like, watch it after this, you know? Now that we're talking about it. It was just so good.
My movie that was like that, where I've seen probably more than any other movie, is Half-Baked.
Oh, Half-Baked. That was a good movie, too. I've seen it once.
So the first time, or my first apartment I moved into with two of my best friends in high school, we smoked weed 24/7 for 6 months straight. It was just getting drunk, smoking weed.
That's gonna be me when I get out of the army.
It was just, that was what we did, you know? We were 18 years old. We got our first place, and we were just doing our thing, you know, as our first independence. And that's all we did was watch Half-Baked when we got stoned. So I've probably seen it over 100 times.
Oh, man.
Any other movies coming out this year, or any movies you've seen already that really stand out?
Well, I really want to see Ex Machina. Like, it looks amazing.
Yes.
Like, just because the whole AI base, you know, I can't remember what the whole movie is based off of. It's like it's the theory, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the theory about how creating AI and getting it to where it does have feelings and its own thought process, and then it becoming evil. You know, like, it's like, it goes off, it's really based off that theory, and, it just looks amazing. And Quantum, no, I not now, but I'm pretty sure when I was younger I did, for sure.
You didn't, what does that mean, gah? You didn't like it, Cam Bam, or you did like it?
I think she said gah, like, it's amazing.
It's good?
You
need to watch that, okay.
Like,
Yeah, it looks pretty intense. I forget, Kurzweil. Kurzweil he's known for his theories about AI coming to life and, you know, being a Terminator-style AI and destroying us. Ray Kurzweil, that's his name. So I know what you're talking about, that theory. It looks pretty sick, but I feel like from the previews I saw, it's actually not the AI that's evil, it's the guy that made it. That's pretty fucked up in the head.
It seems like that's what I like about the trailers, is the fact that it leaves you on one of those, who's the bad guy? What's going on? How's this working out, you know?
Yeah, it looks ridiculous. And it's definitely something that I think ties in with the whole No Man's Sky kind of thing as well, where technology is really getting to this point where it's so smart and AI is so smart, we could very well be creating new
what
life.
We are.
Yeah, we could be creating us, or a better version of us, even, in some ways or in many ways. And who knows what could happen from that? Maybe it's nice and friendly and leaves us alone and coexists. Oh shit, dude! Swedish fish. That is the biggest bag of Swedish fish I've ever seen.
3.5 pounds.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Those are so good. I had Swedish fish for the first time a couple months ago, and I was just like, what?
Oh my god.
Fuck? This is basically the red Sour Patch Kid without any of the sour.
Yeah, and it's just so good. I actually have to go get scissors to cut this.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
They're insanely addicting. Oh my god.
Like, and the texture of them and how they chew and just everything about them is just like I'm sure you remember the old the wax candy, the little pop like bottles that are wax.
Oh yeah.
Bite them too, and the juice shoots out.
Yeah.
It's like it has that texture, but you can actually eat it. Like you're supposed to chew it
you
and
can't
then
really
drink
those
and
wax
spit it out.
those wax ones. I used to eat them, but they were pretty. They got gross. You know, you're just like
yeah, because you're not supposed to eat it. You're supposed to just bite it, drink the tea, and then spit it out. I don't know about you over here. You're just like one of my friends that thought you were supposed to swallow sunflower seeds and had to get his stomach
whole.
Because he would chew them up and swallow everything.
I like the armpit shot we've got right now. This is amazing.
Oh yeah,
just hanging out.
The
there we go. Show those tats, man. Show everybody the tats.
Okay, I'll be back. I'll be right back, guys.
All right, get some scissors, and don't share your Swedish fish, you ass.
Never.
All right. What it's supposedly Pixar's most brilliant work, Inside Out, is? Well, I'm gonna be honest. Pixar, ever since they've adopted this model of coming out with a new movie every year, they've gone downhill. It's tough. It's really, really tough to continue the amazing storytelling that Pixar is known for and pump a story out of them every single year. That's insane, guys. That's bananas. So, I don't know. I feel like they've gone downhill. I thought Big Hero 6 was pretty fun, but compared to some of their first movies, it just doesn't hold up. And that's what Disney does. Like, Disney has just forced them into this weird yearly movie schedule where they have to come out with one movie a year. And I know they have multiple teams working on the movies, but it doesn't make a difference. You just can't come up with amazing content, you know, year after year after year and just pump that shit out. I hate you. Dude, fox me a fucking Swedish fish, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, like, I've never smelt them really.
Up was amazing.
When you smell it, it's like it smells like drying paint, and I think I might be getting high on stream. Oh man, look at him, little Swedish fish. Cool J Sheriff.
I want some Swedish fish.
They're not as big as when you buy the little bag. I feel like they're bigger, so they made them smaller because you can tell they're kind of smaller than the ones you buy from the regular size bag of Swedish fish. But it's still 3.5 pounds of Swedish fish.
That's a lot. All right, so we've been hanging out for already an hour and a half, which I'm going to admit has flown by. I feel like
it's been an hour.
Hour and a half, dude. Hour and a half.
Holy crap.
I feel like we've had a pretty solid first session. I don't really, this is our first dry run, or this is actually probably technically a wet run, just because we're actually live online, and we're getting people wet out in the chat.
We get the bitches wet.
That's
making
right.
them moist.
Especially with Jay's fucking guns showing, suns out, guns out.
You know what?
Let's have some closing. Let's have a closing statement, or maybe a closing topic. Like, what would everybody like to see? Oh shit, dude! Let's get Killers in here for a closing topic.
Yeah, Killers.
Dude. Yeah.
Jump in, Killers. Get
Killers.
On the man.
Dude, get on. No. We'll get Killers in Skype because we know Killers. Killer Ked, don't get upset, but we know Killers personally. So
I grew up with him. I've slept in the same bed.
So this
with
is
dude.
nothing against you, Killer Ked, but we do know Killers on a personal level, and we will end with this topic and chatting with Killers.
Yes.
So let's get this beautiful.
Oh, you know it,
man
Cam
in
Bam.
here.
It's all about the wet run.
Oh, dude, I don't think I have Killers. I don't know. Do I have his name in Skype?
I have him.
Can you add him to the call?
Let me see which name it is.
So we'll end with this. I feel like an hour and a half to 2 hours is probably... That's a pretty good call failed. Killers, get Skype up, you bastard.
Turn on your Skype.
Get your Skype on.
and I will find you.
And basically,
Killers, get on Skype.
So Killers, aka
Mike, get on Skype. All right.
is another streamer.
Okay, I gotta go. All right, he's getting on Skype.
All right. Let me shout him out real quick.
Oh yeah.
Killer is like,
He is
no.
definitely he's a streamer.
I've
You gotta
already
watch out,
talked,
guys.
I talked to Killers before we even started the cast about this, so I'm sure he's
Yeah,
cool
we did.
with it.
We did.
I'm sure he's cool with it. Follow these guys. Follow Cool J Punk, guys. Follow this man. Our next episode will be cast on Cool J Punk's.
Holy moly!
There he is.
That's loud.
All right, let's bring Killers in on the trio now.
Okay,
I'm gonna
what
have
do
to
I need
set
to
this
turn
up,
down?
guys.
The volume on your Skype.
Let me.
Yes, Killers is playing Lego Jurassic World like a boss.
Lego Jurassic fucking World. Like a mouse.
Alright, is that better?
Yeah, you're fine, I think. I don't know. You're a bit loud, but it's cool.
Am I still coming in too loud, or is it your settings or my settings?
Cool J's fine for me, so you might just be a bit hot. Just coming in a bit hot, you sexy bastard.
Whoa!
I
Somebody
gotta-
just drove by Killer's house.
Yeah, you're...
Can you really hear that?
Yeah.
detail?
Yeah,
I can
it's
hear
real
that
loud,
detail.
buddy.
Oh, the jeez.
I know what's going on. I can hear what's happening inside your colon right now. That's how loud you are. Let me add another... Doing it live, guys! We're doing this shit live. Killers, do you have video chat, or are you just... You don't have your fucking...
He doesn't. He's streaming. So.
Oh, you're streaming right now.
So his camera's on that.
Alright, we got a picture of Killers then. What is
Yep.
this?
Right there. Heck yes, double cool J's.
Why is this here?
Yeah, why do I have two cool J's here? How do I...
Don't worry, it's gone. It's
It's
gone.
fine. Here's Killers. That's what
okay.
Killers looks like. Kind of. It's an image of Killers.
He's Hispanic.
Did you say
Oh,
Hispanic?
yeah. They have to know that.
Did you just say Hispanic? I think you said
It's Hispanic. We gotta make sure we have females, Hispanics, gays, a couple blacks. You know, that's how we run it. We gotta make sure we're safe on all sides.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right.
Am I coming in good now? Is that better?
That's fine,
Yeah,
dude.
you're
That's
fine.
way better.
All right.
Okay, so
We're gonna have what is it, Caitlyn Jenner on next. We'll
Yeah.
cover all bases.
oh hell yeah.
That would be... That
Oh
would be
yeah,
a-
that would be sexy. All right, well we'll sort out the bugs and shit later, but
I might as well host y'all right now.
Well, if you're
Killers-
playing, keep streaming.
Yeah. Don't,
Nah, I actually just beat 3, so I'm at a good point. I haven't started Jurassic World yet.
All right, so you guys check Killers out. He's another streamer, fucking cool guy. Killers 5-1. Basically, Killers loves the Total War games, and I don't blame him. They're fucking amazing. Even though I've only played the first couple, and not even in really any extent, or to any extent. But Killers has played a shit ton of them. He likes to stream them, so if you want to see some of that streamed, check him out. But there was an announcement at E3, and this announcement was the new Total War Warhammer edition, which had a
Looks
fucking
amazing.
sick-ass trailer to it. And I have never been heavily into Total War, but every time I see Total War stuff, I just geek out on it. It looks amazing. They have awesome design,
Oh, wrong.
and it just looks cool as fuck. So, Mike, aka Killers, give us your opinion on what's up with this new Total War game, and even tell us a bit about your background with Total War. Jay Hamill, I noticed you, baby.
Yeah, well, I feel so left out.
What's up, baby?
Don't worry, Hamill, we'll get on a Skype call later. After this.
I see you, sweet thing. Killers with the host, thanks, buddy. You sexy bastard.
So I guess we're going to have Cam Bam for sure and Quantum on our stream. Qualcomm says he is gay, which is awesome. I have a lot of gay friends. Hamill's one of them. But and apparently Cam Bam is half black and a female, so that works. We covered all the bases.
Damn. All right. Well, can we get you all on here right now together? And that'd be awesome.
Just have like 40 different videos.
Boom. Cool. Well, we'll have all of you on here. Cam Bam, I've talked to you on TeamSpeak. I know you have it. Just stop being shy. Only gay because I fucked you.
Hey,
That's
it's
awesome.
true. It's true though. Me and him are kind of like lovers like that.
All right. So, Mike, what's up? What's up? Tell us about your background with Total War, and tell us about this new Total War. You know a lot more shit than we do. Can you hear me? Killers, what are you doing?
Michael, Killers.
The reason I can't hear Fonzai in the chat.
Oh, so he's not hearing me.
You can't hear Fonzai?
Oh, I'm muted.
Not in the chat.
Oh my God, he is muted on Skype.
I'm muted on Skype.
He's
That's
been talking
hilarious.
this whole time.
That's hilarious. Let me.
It's because we're in TeamSpeak, so I can hear him, he can hear me, but you can't hear him because you're not in our channel, which you should be. But okay.
Let me swap
Alright,
out.
yeah, I'm just gonna.
Now, Mike, mute your
Yeah.
Skype. Mute your Skype, Mike.
Yeah, mute
I'm
your
just gonna
Skype.
exit Skype.
But if you exit Skype, there's no picture.
Oh, okay. So mute it.
You can exit Skype if
Yeah,
you want. I don't care.
Yeah, you can exit. Okay. Well, see, now we have you perfect.
All right, cool. So this is Killers in the middle. Killers is in the middle. You got Fonzai. I'll sort out all the bugs later. I'm realizing we have no titles and shit right now, so that's silly.
It's okay.
Anyways,
It's okay.
Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, you're quiet.
Not too quiet.
Are you in? Am I hearing you only through TeamSpeak right now?
Yeah.
Okay, let me turn you up in TeamSpeak a little bit. This is the same fucking problem I had with Cool J, oddly enough.
Yeah.
We're fixing it live! We're doing it live, motherfuckers!
If you're not doing it live, you're not doing it right.
That's right. Alright, go ahead and say something.
Something.
Can you put the mic a little closer to your mouth? Or just speak up a bit?
There, is that better?
Kind of.
Alright.
How did I fix this with you?
I don't know. You worked magic.
It was weird. Anyways, alright, go ahead. Yeah, try and speak up a bit. And what I was saying is, you know way more about all the Total War stuff than us. So give us your background a bit on Total War, and then tell us why the new Total War Warhammer looks badass.
Alright, I've played Total War since it, second launch. And I didn't play Shogun, I played Medieval. I've played it since like 2002. I've got like thousands of hours on Empires, and hundreds of hours on all the others. Almost 1,000 hours on the new Rome 2.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
But, yeah.
Thousands of hours!
Yeah. But
No, he really does. On his Steam, he has like over thousands of hours on his on Shogun.
Alright, go ahead, sir.
yeah, I mean, it's just, I've played Total War since forever. It's one of my favorite franchises. I get them right away. So what's going on with this new stuff is, biggest thing about the Warhammer is, yes, it's great that it's Warhammer and we're going to be in that universe and there's ogres and dragons. But I think being an experienced Total War player, the biggest thing is going to be units that apparently we're going to have air units now. We've never had that mobility in any Total War game where you can just fly to a spot.
Ooh.
It's always moving. So a lot of your traps and your combat was based off of regular real-world fighting tactics in that time period. But this isn't real world anymore. Now you have, probably magic and for sure flying, because we saw the Griffin fly. So the whole aspect of high ground and choosing your ground and the famous quote, I've had this land in my pocket for a long time. That will be kind of thrown out the window because
This land is my land. This land is your land. And something. Okay,
Thailand.
Alright, go ahead, Mike. Sorry. You just reminded me of that awesome song.
It's funny that way. But yeah, it's just, gonna be interesting to have magic units and flying units and not be in a real world combat setting. Because usually most people who play it are history buffs, so they know what beats what. But
right.
In this case, it's not gonna, that's out the window now. If, there's some kind of spell casting infantry unit that can take out cavalry or something,
Yeah, especially since, like, if you think about it, especially in these days, real war time, there's a saying, you own the air, you own the war. So do you think that will be true with the game? If you own the air, you own the war.
Definitely
that it's gonna be a big thing that, like, people are gonna be pushing more air than anything else because they're like, we need the control of the air.
I'm almost afraid that, I don't know if you have a lot of Total War players in here or that know the franchise, but with Shogun 2, they had these mobility unit archers. They added this new unit that was like super fast and strong, and everybody spammed that. Now, that stayed the problem for about 3 and 4 months until Total War patched it to fix that nerf. I feel in the beginning that's exactly what's going to happen. And that's why when I started this, I pointed that as the most important thing. This is the biggest change in the Total War franchise. They're
introducing something completely new.
Units, yes. And this opens the floodgates for them to finally make a World War I based Total War game, a World War II based Total War game.
Yeah, they can just keep going up with technology until they get to the future, which could happen years from now.
I'm super excited for it. Honestly, I really wanted Rome 2, and tell me if this is still an issue or not. I really wanted Rome 2, but I had a buddy that downloaded it, played the fuck out of it. But I would watch him play, and the thing that turned me off was when it was the computer's turn, it would take 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes before it would be finished. And I thought, this looks fun as fuck, but I don't really want to wait that long for the computer to finish their turn. Is that still the case?
I think if you like Michael said, I'm fixing to say it again, that even when you play online, it's still like that.
Yeah, well, with the turns, better, but it's been far worse.
Oh, it's been worse.
Their worst thing was Empire's launch. The reason I have thousands of hours is because when the game first came out, you literally took like 20 minutes when you clicked that turn button.
Sup, Com?
Sup, Com? What's up, bro?
And
20 minutes? See, I don't know how you could play a game like that. That is mind-boggling to me.
Well, the people who play this game is almost like that chess. It's a war historian, a chess mentality.
Sure. So they're almost taking that time to think.
Yeah, they'll make the move, and then plan their next move, and then take the last 5-10 minutes to just do whatever they were going to do.
Yeah. So it's like legitimately like just one of those games where you really have to think in the future a lot. Like I mean, Hearthstone has that concept, but you have like only like a minute to make your move, So you really have to think fast and think about how that's going to go. But this game's letting you like, okay, if I throw my guys this way, but I send this guy this way, maybe it'll open them and they won't see the right flank or the left flank coming in when I attack them in like 5 turns. Like, like it's ridiculous the depth you have in that game, and I would really like to get into it. And if I did, I definitely would start talking to you because I know you're like the pro out of the group of that with those kind of games. And I just feel like I'd be a disappointment to you though. Like if I got that game, I would be one of those people you couldn't teach.
No, it's real. Everyone thinks it's too much of a onslaught of stuff to learn if you've never played them. But once you get it, it is really fluid and easy. Like people watch my stream and they see me clicking on all these things. They're like, other people play it and they're reading every little tab. They don't know. Like once you get it, you'll know I want this kind of general to be this guy. So you'll click all the right things automatically. Once you know if I want a war-based general, he's going to have these stats. If I want a government-based general that can hold the populace, I want these stats. If I want food, I want these stats. Once you get what you like as your patterns, run through the game pretty easily. But at first it is annoying because people aren't used to having to deal with. So you're gonna have a lot. New players have a lot of restarts. You learn something new, you hit that wall, you learn something new, and have to restart. And go
I feel you. I feel you. I guess it's kind of like if you play MMOs or like Hearthstone or anything like that. It's not the same. It's a different concept of a different play style. But like with me playing WoW for 6.5 years, I had to learn. Even though I only played 2 roles, which was Warrior and Mage, I still had to learn every other class, their abilities, and what they were going to do to counter me, or what they were going to do at this point when I need to counter them. Or like Hearthstone, you need to know what those other decks have, anticipate their moves, you know? So it does take a lot of learning, and at the beginning you just completely suck, and you have to keep trying and trying. So I can understand. And I'm excited.
That's what
seems pretty awesome.
That's what is appealing to me about Total War is the more, I guess you would say, simulation aspect of it, where they try and be pretty realistic, and it's not like the StarCraft fast-clicking RTS where it's all about actions per minute. It's really about strategy and how you can conquer the other person using real-life tactics.
Being smart.
Yeah, exactly. So that's definitely appealing. I just don't want to fucking sit there for 5 minutes between rounds. But
I just
try it.
into my turn. Let me smoke a bong. Let me finish this joint before I get to my next turn.
In those turns, you do have some mobility. You're not just stuck, not moving. You do have the ability to look at all your cities, set like tax stuff. You can't move units.
So you're actually doing things in the meantime if you need to.
You might think I don't want to sit there for 5 minutes, but this is a game that has hundreds of nations in some, like empires, 100 nations. Rome, at least, 60 nations that you have to think about. Alliance. There's diplomacy, there's family trees, there's government positions. There's enough to think about and worry about in that time. To the point where you take too long on your turn, and on online there is you can set a time limit. I can say you can't take more than 10 minutes a turn. Like online, and it has gotten better. But every Total War game at launch is going to take forever during turn.
Okay.
Because they try each of their games they try such an ambitious AI. Because each AI is built to that time period's politics and nations' already natural alliances. Like if in history these two countries got along, they're going to get along in the game. If they were natural enemies and always at war, they're going to go to war in the game. Stuff like that. So each time period they make a new AI for those maps.
Okay.
They can use the map and they can use the combat AI, but the whole how everybody's going to take their turn is what changes every game. Because the game changes. Same goes for me. That's what sucks about being a Total War player. I may be the best at all the existing Total War games, but who knows how I'm going to play this new one, because I'm going to have to learn a whole new stupid way of politics and game and religion.
Yeah, using magic and politics.
Are you into the Warhammer universe at all?
I have played Warhammer Space Marine on Xbox and Warhammer RTS on computer. The Dawn of War franchise. I think somebody said I should play that. I have played that.
Okay. Yeah, I played the MMO, the Warhammer MMO, and that was like my first introduction to the Warhammer universe. And I loved it, dude. I thought it was awesome. The MMO had some downfalls. I thought the universe and the story in the background was awesome. The MMO had a ton of potential. It didn't really live up to it, but either way, I'm really stoked for this, and this very well could be the catalyst I need to start playing Total War. And maybe I'll go back and get into the others. But I feel like the combination of what Total War brings with the combination of what Warhammer brings, I would probably live through the delays and the amount of time between turns. So whenever this is released, even though there's no release date, probably sometime 2016 would be my guess, probably Christmas or something. I will most likely be picking this up and streaming the fuck out of it, would be my guess.
Yeah, but I think there is, honestly, just kind of on a different side, honestly, one thing that all three of us are going to get, and that would be No Man's Sky.
Fuck yeah. And I would suggest...
All three of us playing that game? Oh, man.
Dude, if there's a way to
We're going to go so
I'm
in
sure
depth.
there will be.
No Man's Sky is insane.
No Man's Sky is the game that I will probably lose my life to, literally, because I won't get up to drink water or eat, and I'll just sit in my chair and die on stream playing No Man's Sky.
I honestly think that's going to be a good one, too, because of the fact that if us three are playing that game, and we could play together and travel together, and we could have one guy that's really into the technology, and like I know how Michael is, and he's all our Killers is, and he's all about the what's it called, the more diplomatic and going and not just going and slaughtering somebody, but actually talking to them. And if we do, like say we do as a team, like I become more of like I'm working on like combat and trying to fight and like that, and Fonzai's more of like building ships and something like that. And then we have Michael as like our guy that's like kind of doing both, but also looking at the diplomatic scene. And we do run up on a planet where there's this AI that we honestly don't know about, and we can communicate to them, and we find some crazy stuff, and we make something with them and make a peace treaty, or we kill them. You know, like it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be amazing. The three,
or
our
other,
three minds,
even other people playing is the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Is you could run into a planet where maybe there's a planet that's been colonized by a shit ton of people, and you run into them, and you know, do you attack? What do you do? How do you interact with people?
Like that'll be amazing.
To throw one to you, Subcom, I know you were asking, you butted in when we were talking about Total War, and yeah, you're right, the British are the best in empires. And now we got onto No Man's Sky, and you followed up to that. But I wanted to mention Subcom, because he come in when we were all talking, and nobody answered him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, we shouted out. Subcomp was here.
Yeah,
we're not trying to ignore you guys. Just we're really into these conversations. Yeah, I think y'all understand.
No, that's why prize on the chat.
Sweet.
But,
all right.
On that, another front on the Total War is Total War Arena is gonna also come out.
I'm gonna take a piss real quick. Tell us about Total War Arena while I'm making tinkle in the potty.
All right. So, Total War Arena is going to be an online-only Total War that will be multiplayer only. NV10. I remember I told y'all earlier 8, now it's just 10. Person will have 4 squads. So you're going to have 10 people, 4 squads each. Huge wars. You're gonna have your deployment phase. People will be like in chat parties, and you can discuss what you're gonna do, and then you have the action phase. Once you hit play, it is live feed. In this one, most Total War games, we get to hit pause and make our moves. And that NV10, there's no pause. You have 4 units. You're gonna worry about your 4, but you also have to look at the greater war going on, and you have an overall. You
got to help your allies while they help you, but also have to make sure you're on the defensive for the other 4 coming at you.
Because points is going to be like how many men you lose on an individual basis, how many men you killed, how much did you help, did you move your units, did you stay in defensive. The points are going to be like tallied up based on that. And then overall, of course, if their team won or not.
That sounds amazing. Like, that sounds like maybe I need to get into this, learn it so I can understand it, and then me and you and Fonzai or anybody could get into it and actually be that team, you know?
Yeah, I was going to also mention, Fonzai said he might get into it and then play the old ones. If you play the older ones first, you don't have to learn as much stuff, and then if you move up, they only added little by little each time.
Okay, so you understand it more and it helps you out.
Yeah, if you know Total War games, it's going to be easier for you to learn than if you don't. And if you start from the back, there's not that much feet. But if you move up, you'll see, oh, they added this year, this, and you'll see the progression of how complicated it got.
Yeah, how they change things. Yes, Subcom, I am smoking a vape. It's nicotine, not marijuana. Just saying.
But we wish it was.
I don't live in Colorado yet. Yeah, I wish it was. I wish it was.
Marijuana is safe.
Marijuana is sacred. All right. What'd you talk about? Did you get it all finished up there, Mike?
How much we hated Bonsai.
Cool. I'll go back and I'll listen to it, and I'll remember everything you said. Thank you.
Nope, we made sure to mute our stuff so that only the chat could hear us.
That's fucked.
And not the stream.
That doesn't make sense. That makes no sense. All right, guys, we've been streaming, I'm going to say, close to 2 hours now, which for our very first, we're
it's
like
1 hour,
13
seconds.
We're 13 seconds away. I feel like a 2-hour cast is pretty fucking good. We've definitely been rambling on a lot. Mike, give us a shout out real quick for yourself.